You gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
What is up? Mic check, mic check. Are we here? Yes, we're here. Yeah, we're here.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, we're here. You know, who else is here? Who else is here? Ready for more Raider football coming up at the end of the week. More Raider talk. What can you talk about? All this negativity in the air. You know, it's just, hey.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. It just depends on which part you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is what you signed up for, okay? This is what you signed up for, right? If you want to be a die-hard Raider fan, you got to learn how to die hard, okay? That's the key right there. So we'll go into all of that, all of those, everything that has happened over the last couple of days, because, you know, of course, every week there has to be a new story, drama, whatever. All right. But before we get into all of that,
it's that kind of shit that keeps us in business.
Exactly, you know? See, everybody else is jumping off the ship and jumping off the buildings and everything, talking about, oh, we got to take into this. And we're like, come on, guys. We're trying to be the psychologists of Raider Nation. We're just trying to let you know that, hey, everything's going to be fine, okay? If you can survive all those years in Oakland after the Super Bowl, this is nothing. We're in the new city, okay? Enjoy the city. Brand new stadium.
Enjoy the view. Enjoy a couple of shows. Get some drinks on. Because you know what? This is that. Remember, that's real Raider fans.
Yeah. We're like, oh, yeah? We're here again? Oh, hey.
Yeah,
all right, then.
We're used to this.
Only the strong survive. Welcome, everybody, to the Cage Match, episode 66. I am the Oakland Raider Savage. With me, like always, the man who's been on every single show ever recorded in Cage Match history, Mr. Jim Otto, Mr. Cal Ripken Jr., all of those above. Asylum, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I mean, we got lots of shit to talk about, whichever direction you want to fucking go. I mean, we see Anna here. I mean, I had it going earlier. You took it off, but I put it back up. You know, let the BS begin. Where's my beer? You know what, Anna? You know I'm always prepared. And
I don't know what we're doing after Sunday.
You know, shots get rid of the bad juju. I don't know if that worked last time. I don't know if we did shots of the wrong shit. If it was just the wrong juju we went after, I'm not sure.
Well, it seems like the juju that we did in cleanse was the turnover juju that possesses Minshew. So that bad Minshew juju. So
you know, Anna, I've already said that to a bunch of people. I thought it was funny that Devontae Adams lost to the Steelers twice. You know, basically in the same week, back-to-back weeks. I mean, you know, however you want to look at it. Yeah. I think DA is just not good against the Steelers. Whether he's not playing or playing, he just has a problem with the Steelers.
Well, it's just us Raider fans, we have to try to find some kind of something that we can smile on a Sunday where we get. Well, we didn't get blown out. We gave them those points, so we had to find.
We gave them all 20 points.
Yeah, so it would have been 15-0 theoretically, but it was. We had to find something. Like I said, we had to find something that we can hang our hat on. Is the phrase, I guess. And watching
trying to get up on the show, I'm telling you, need to double it. I mean, you know how many shots we took that Friday night to try to get rid of the bad juju? Now you're talking about almost a full bottle. But you know what? In the sake and for the Raiders, I'm willing to sacrifice.
We gotta drink like we're back on Oakland in the D lot over there in the black hotel gates back in the day. That's what we have to do because it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And my sister.
I'm just saying, you guys know how I am with just beer, and now with about 6 shots, let's double it, and y'all going to be in for a show. You just leave me on here and let me ramble, and I'm sure everyone would die of laughter. See, just like Anna is right here.
Well, I know we haven't gone, but before we go into our shameless plug, but let's just recap real quick. On Friday, we tried to do the Juju cleanse, and we had 4. We had Devontae Adams get his bad Juju out of here. We had the injury bug, get that out of here. We had the offense, let's get going, and then we had SoFi. So SoFi still beat us. Okay, we didn't get that one. The injury bug, O'Connell, he's out for 4 to 6 weeks with a broken thumb. Happened in the game. Okay, that didn't happen. The offense, we scored no touchdowns. But the Devontae, and it's right here. Alicia sent me this. Devontae Juju, it went with them. In the last 7 days, Devontae Adams lost to the Steelers, traded to a new team, and then lost to the Steelers. So with that, oops, wrong button. I guess that was a correct button, right? Shots fired. So anyways, with that said, let's go into our favorite segment. Oh, hold on. He got a hand in there. Hold on. He's saving his spot in line.
Sorry. Damn. Technical difficulties with a door and a dog.
Hello, love. All right. Before we go, where'd he go? Lisa wants the out. Sorry.
It's magic. Now you see me, now you don't.
Yeah. It's like Minshew with the ball.
Magic man. It's called me the
Nice. All right. Well, before we start the show, which we're kind of already almost 10 minutes in, we gotta do our favorite subject, or you know what it's called? Segment. I gotta write it down, okay? Our favorite segment, the shameless plug.
Segment. Okay, here's the segment. Here you go, Alicia. Okay. We'll get to that part here in a second. Everyone go to the YouTube channel, The Cage Match Show. In order to get us into the algorithm and everything, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, give the thumbs up. All those help keep us out there for everybody else. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell. That way you know every time a new video or short drops. If you can't catch us on YouTube or gets a hold of us, then you can catch us on Facebook at the Oakland Raiders Savage page. Woo. Or my page, Asylum. Now, when this show is over, why don't you go ahead and go visit WGG. Check out their wonderful variety of flavors and put it in order. When you're ready to check out, go to the discount code, put in Cage Match, one word, to get 10% off your whole order.
And I know we haven't seen it in a long time, but when you think of wins, you think of dubs. When you think of dubs, think of W. Get that energy like Max Crosby, like we always say. Max Crosby had a big sack.
We're having trouble getting sales because we haven't been winning.
It's probably why, because people don't think of the wins don't happen. So oh wait, W. Though my sister she got a big order, so she got some W. So maybe.
She's going to have to. We're going to have to talk to her. Maybe she come up and do a review on W on the show for us.
A W review, Elise. A W review. Go W. Dog 'em hyphy. All right, go on there. 10% off your whole order. Put in Cage Match, one word, like Asylum said, in the discount code. CAGEMATCH, just in case there's folks out there that don't know how to spell Cage Match. Because we always get lost. When people try to find us.
Match, we've been called we've been called a lot of things.
Yeah, it's like it's a wrestling thing, right? Yes and no. Anyways, all right, and also go to www.r4lifer.com, RaiderNationForLifer.com. Go there, check out the Compa Fabian's merch. Sorry, I had something. Okay, go to his merch. Go to his website, check out his merch.
Check out. Swallow the fly. Perhaps he'll die. Sorry.
Well, you know, the reason why we were a little late is because I was pulling down my green screen and the whole roof collapsed. So I might have some asbestos in my.
Oh,
yeah.
My chest and I can't breathe. Sorry.
I can't breathe. That just means I'm just suffocating in all these losses that we're taking. But anyways, go there, check it out. And like I always say, I only wear hats. By the man himself, Fabian the Compa. So go check that out. He has great merchandise. And RaiderMan19.com. RaiderMan19 is a big part of the show. You hear him at the end of the intro doing the Raider Oath. Get your Raider Oath merch. I said it right this time. I know, Elise, it's crazy. And we're not even drinking. It's not even a Jobu day. So,
hey, you know what? It's probably my fault anyway. So just blame me. It's okay.
The juju is everywhere. Okay, that's what it is. So go there, check it out, and we are trying to somehow, some way, get Raider Man to the torch because we need that Oakland Mystique to go there and combine with the powers of the Raider. You got to help us divide
there somehow, some way. I'm just going to have to open up my phone book and call Mark Davis and say, you know what? You brought in Tom Brady. Now it's time to get Raider Man to the fucking torch. Between the two, the wins will start happening.
Yeah, okay. If you can bring Tom Brady in, you better try to find a way to get Raider Man 19 up there in a torch. All right. Shouts out to Raider Man. All right, Asylum.
I am a Raiders fan.
I am a Raiders fan. I sound like the Transformers.
No, you don't.
I try to. Megatron, you're going down. All right.
I'm a Decepticon, by the way. If you're an Autobot, we're enemies.
Well, yeah, you know, we live in a world of cancellation, so I'm just gonna not say the jokes that I was gonna say. All right.
Oh, come on, now I want to know. Damn it.
Transformers. No, don't be. No, okay.
Never mind.
Anyways, all right. So Raider Nation, we have, of course,
it's a square one. We don't do octagons in this one. We're not. You know, I know it says cage, but no, square cage, not an octagon. That's too many sides.
I think she means one of the Transformers is named Octagon.
I've never seen a Transformer named Octagon.
Well, I mean, I know my sister's language because we made it up. So, anyways.
Okay, well.
I speak sister. Me and my sister speak the same language called sibling pidgin. So,
I got a sister because of not my blood though.
Well, okay, so let's open the show up. Okay, we're going all over the place. Let's open the show up, squirrel. Let's open the show up and start off with the news. So, Asylum, you want to play the cage match news update? You got that ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go with the CMN news update. Here we go.
This is CMN, a cage match news update.
Thank you, James Earl Jones.
Yes. Rest in peace. All right, first news, first on the ballot. Quarterback Aidan O'Connell placed on IR with a broken right thumb, expected to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Now, right here is, remember, it was in the first quarter, with like a minute, like 5 minutes left in the first quarter. He gets his thumb jammed by the defender trying to block the pass. He came out. Well, he still tried to play that down. I mean, that series.
He tried to finish that series, and you could tell that after he tried to go that next throw, trying to grip that ball, he had no grip in that ball, and that's when he stepped out. Which is, I find kind of, what's the word I'm looking? It's weird because he's not known, and I'm not saying in NFL, in his career, even in college, he's not known for injuries. He's a very rugged quarterback.
Yeah, and of course, it had to be something like your throwing thumb. And he gets added on to the long list of injured reserve players that we have. Aidan O'Connell, sorry, Jonathan, let me start over. Aidan O'Connell joins the list of people that includes Christian Wilkins, Luke Masterson, Michael Mayer, he's on a mental leave. Marcus Epps, not the comedian, Marcus Epps,
yeah,
and Malcolm Kuntz, who hasn't got a chance to play it down this season because he was out with the knee.
Update on that Mayer, he's got 2 more games before he could come back.
So he's on a limit. I mean, not a limit, but he's on a
be put on the NIF list. It's a 6-week, which I did not believe this, and I believe I said something different on another show, so I'll correct myself here. I was wrong. He is out for another 2 weeks. He has to be out for 6 weeks, being put on the NFI list. So he will hopefully, knock on wood, be back after the bye.
All right. Well, we can't wait to have him back because we are getting thin. Harrison Bryant looked like he came off the field.
He got
injury.
hurt. Yeah, he got hurt too. We had a lot of injuries going into the game and then coming out of the game too.
Yes, so it's been rough. Jobu didn't help at all.
I like Jessica's. If Jobu don't work, we need to do a raid skit.
No, Black Flag.
Just for the injury bug, though. Just for the injury bug.
Yes, and we'll get into why the Raiders feel like they need to go outward and find a new quarterback. We'll get into why when it comes to Minshew. But their next news update is Raiders signed quarterback Desmond Ridder to the active roster off Arizona Cardinals practice squad. Now, he was drafted by the Falcons in 2022, and he did start for 17 games, but we'll get into all that later. He's a very mobile quarterback. He also played in Cincinnati with Trey Tucker, so there could be some familiarity. Maybe that can be the next version of Carr and Devontae. What do you think, So...
Never know.
So, we have Riddler coming up now. Ritter, not Riddler. Ritter, not Riddler. Now, you would think, okay, well, when you sign somebody, they're going to go straight to the practice squad. But the NFL rule is if you're going to take a quarterback off of somebody else's practice squad, they have to be on the active roster. And if you're going to look for him over the weekend, during the game, he's going to wear number 10 because that's what he was wearing in practice. So he has Jimmy Garoppolo's
is he number 10? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I don't expect him to start this week. I mean, just coming in like he did. I expect him to sit as the backup at least for this week. Unless, of course, we have another outing like we did, then that might be a different story.
Yes. Soon we're going to have to call Gardner Minshew either Gardner Miscue or Gardner Misthrow. We're still trying to debate and see which one we're going to go.
More news coming in. Of course, Hannah's got to do it here. According to Fox News, Jacoby returned to practice today. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Hopefully he'll get to play this Sunday because we have definitely been missing him for the last couple of weeks.
Yes. That would be a great acquisition. That would be great to have him back because with Devontae, now he's gone. We don't have to say his name anymore, unless it's in a joke where we're just kind of ripping at him.
Captain says 50 who. for a certain player. Do we just call him number 17? So we don't have to say his name?
I don't even want to call him 17. Okay. We'll just call him 86 because he 86 himself out. Okay. Is there an 80? There's no 86. Is there an 86? No, there's an 89. 86 is probably a backup. No, yeah, okay.
We got. I think there is an 86.
No, I don't. If he is, he's on the practice squad. So probably. There's an 86 because all the receivers. You have 16, which is Myers. You have 87, which is Mayer. You have 89, which is Brock. You have Wilkerson was 83. That Bachman dude, he was 81. Tim Brown's number. The only thing is 86. If he is, he's not active. So
no. I'm looking now. I don't see a current 86. You are no. There's no. No, there is 24. John Samuel Schenker.
Oh yeah, he's on the practice squad. Doesn't count. So he was a tight end. Yes. All right, and the last thing on the news, of course, that we all saw, and it has to happen, of course, right before we play them. Kansas City Chiefs acquire wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins via trade from the Tennessee Titans. You know how they just all their receivers, they can't stay healthy, so they brought somebody else, a veteran.
If I was Hopkins, I don't know if I'd want to go to the Chiefs because they can't seem to keep him healthy. They can't see. I mean, even Patrick Mahomes is taking out one of his own damn wide receivers. So I'd be scared if I was Hopkins, and I don't know if I'd want to play, especially this. They're talking about him playing this week against us. He might not want to play, not because of us, but there's a chance he might be taken out in this game by his own team.
Well, let's just hope that our safeties, and let's hope he goes through the middle and he runs right into Spillane. And he's all like, why did I sign that contract? I should have just stayed in Tennessee.
I should have said I don't want to go there.
I was like, you know what? I know they're the champs and they're going for 3, but let's stay over here, I'm going to stay over here.
Mean, I think I lost a feeling or two.
Yep. So it is what it is. But, of course, we did play a game this weekend. Actually, no. Let's start like this. Raiders transaction. So we did talk about it in the news brief there. So 10/21, the Raiders signed a new D tackle off the streets. He was waived by the Bengals. He was one of their draft picks. Zach Carter to the active roster, and they waived D tackle Nesta Jade Severa, tight end Justin Shorter, and wide receiver Christian Wilkinson, who were active the last 2 games on the active roster. They were out in the field. They went back to the practice squad. Then, of course, like we said, Raiders signed Desmond Ridder to the active roster from Arizona, and they placed Aidan O'Connell on the reserve injured list, so 4 to 6 weeks. They also signed wide receiver Terrace Marshall and tight end Trevon Wesco to the practice squad. Now, Asylum, what do you think of that?
Well, I understand some of the moves. I mean, I get the wide receiver move because, with Devontae and the injuries and everything. But Carter, I understand they're bringing him in because of the Wilkins injury. Severa, even though he had some pluses going into, this situation, he kind of was odd man out. He was on and off the practice squad constantly. He was a McDaniels guy, so that might have made it easier. Like I said, he had some bright spots there, here and there. I believe he had a hand on a blocked field goal or a blocked punt, whatever it was. But obviously, he wasn't doing enough. And, they feel that Carter is going to be able to do more. So, I mean, all the help we get on defense right now, because the way the offense have been playing, I'm willing to take. Let's go and see where it goes from there.
So yeah, I read that Nesta Jade was actually out of the rotation of the D tackles. He was actually out of the rotation and only was put on special teams. So maybe right there was just like, you know what? Let's go somewhere else, different direction. saw this guy off the street. D tackle Zach Carter. Let's look into D tackle Zach Carter. So he was drafted by the Bengals in 2022, round 3 pick, pick number 95. He was waived by the Bengals a few weeks back on the 4th of October. Then he was signed on to the Raiders practice squad in the 10th, and now he's going to be in the active squad. He's a 6'4", 290-pound defensive tackle, age 25. He is in his 3rd season. So him and Nesta Jade, they're around the same age. But Raiders thought it was time to move on from him, and they bring Zach Carter along. I don't know what number he'll be, but that was an interesting move right there.
Do we have a 95 on the team right now?
Do we have a 95 on the team? I don't think so, because Adam Butler's 69. The other, I can't remember. He's 90. I can't think of his name right now. And then the ends is 49. Tyree is 9.
44.
Max Crosby is 98. Kuntz is 56.
No, Kuntz is 51.
No, 51. Who am I thinking? 56. 51. Yeah, you're right. 51. Lance Johnston. Yeah, that's how I remember his name. So, or his number. So, yeah. So,
Anna, I agree with you there, but unfortunately, I don't think there's a lot of people who remember the Frogger game.
I remember the Frogger game. Yeah, ran over by a truck.
You didn't. Just because you color the beard and hide the gray don't mean shit.
I don't color the beard because I am not going to acknowledge that my beard is turning white or gray. I will not. I'm going to pretend like that's just your guys' pixelated screen that makes it look like.
I don't acknowledge it either. I'm still jet black. What are you talking about?
Yeah, jet black. Yeah.
And I like the comment from the numbers here. Talking about Tyree Wilson going to get a sack on Mahomes. I'm glad somebody else has faith in Wilson other than just me. Well, I know you do too. Other than just a cage match, going. He's slowly coming along. This is kind of his rookie year, and I like to see it. I like to see him get a couple sacks against Mahomes. Him and Crosby just mating in the middle of Mahomes sandwich.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. He's gonna be over there like,
don't touch me! Don't touch me! Oh,
I'm here.
It's time for the don't touch me button.
Don't touch me!
That is Mahomes, the Kermit. All right. So now there was a game. There was a game that was played, of course. We all want to forget it, but Raiders.
It was a terrible game other than the offense not being able to get into the end zone.
We once again self-inflicted.
Yes.
The Raiders, if the Raiders had the Raiders on the schedule, we'd be undefeated. Okay. That's what it is. And for the numbers, I'll give you this. I will take that. Jack Jones pick 6. Let's go. Let's remind them. But we gotta do it on our field because it's gonna happen on our field this time. Them jackasses won the Super Bowl on our field. We haven't beat them on our. This is the Friday show. I'm over going way ahead. So let's go. Sorry, getting all fired up for a game. We'll talk about that on Friday. But the numbers. That's points because I believe in that pick 6. Let's go. All right, the Raiders lose to the Rams in LA, 20-15, which moves the Raiders to 2-5, and the Rams get another win. So now they are 2-4 in their own division. If you look at the numbers, total yards, I see like we won across the board. 317 to 259 total yards favor of us. 195 to 144 passing yards in favor of us. 122 rushing yards compared to the 50-something we had last week. So and Madison is starting to get his groove. 122 rushing yards to their 115 favors us. I mean, first downs 20 to their 15 favors us.
Yards per play is the only thing. Not the only thing. One of the things that is against us. Not by much. Not by much.
But the main thing that we lost once again, a fumble lost and 3 interceptions thrown.
The turnover game. Yep.
all by one person, man. One person. So we'll get into that. But of course, because of that loss, that drops us, oh, not drops us, but that keeps us down. We are now 2-5. But hey, the Chargers ain't too far behind, so we can catch up to them. At least not. Let's not finish in last place, okay? We gotta have small victories. We gotta climb.
Catch up to Denver.
We can catch up to Denver. It's just the Chiefs always find a way to win. You know, them and the refs, they find a way to win. So they stay undefeated. They're the only undefeated team.
Left, yeah, because
sorry, I was going to comment.
The Vikings,
yeah,
lost.
They lost. It was a close game. They lost. So the Chiefs, who, remember, the Raiders are the last team to beat the Chiefs.
Yes, they have won. I believe I just heard this today. The last 12 games since we beat them
on Christmas Day. So
Christmas is coming early. I'm telling you, Christmas is coming early.
Let's go. Christmas, Halloween, trick or treat. Yeah, like you said, October 27th. So right before Halloween, we got to make sure that it's a trick and not a treat for them, or trick or treat for us and trick for them. Tricks, you know,
a treat for us and a trick. We're going to trick them and thinking they're going to win and pull it out in the end in a dramatic fashion and get that first win against them in our own stadium.
Tricks are for kids. So this would be a great victory. This would be a great victory, of course. I'm not just saying that because it's their Chiefs and it's a divisional, but just
just to break this losing streak that we got going right now. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were supposed to beat the Rams. It didn't happen. We beat ourselves. We could have beat the Steelers. Didn't happen. We beat ourselves. The Broncos, I mean, we know we beat ourselves.
Yeah.
We beat the Browns.
Should have beaten the Chargers, but we beat ourselves. We beat ourselves against Carolina right before we even stepped on the goddamn field.
Yeah. So if we can just shock the NFL and give the Chiefs their first loss, we defend our home.
In the last 13 games, the only times they lost was against us.
Exactly.
Could you imagine? I'd love that. I'll be talking shit all through fucking Kansas over here.
Yeah, it'd be like, well, you guys didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but we still beat you. Well, we got a ring. We won on your field, and we still beat you on your field. So, I swear, I promise.
The last 12 games was who?
Say that again.
We'd be able to turn around and say the last team to beat you was twice now. Was who?
Oh yeah.
You know, I think we might have figured you guys out.
Yeah, and we get the bus ride going again. That's Friday's show. That's Friday's show. Okay, let's stay on Wednesday. Okay, we got to get through all this. Okay, we got to get through all this and understand what happened and why are we here. So we got to understand this. Okay, so O'Connell, if you see his numbers, there's not that many because he was knocked out in the first quarter with that broken thumb. But from what he did, he was 6 of 10, 52 yards, completion percentage of 60, average 5.2. He wasn't sacked. He was hit, but he wasn't sacked. And he delivered the ball. He stood in there and he delivered the ball knowing he was going to take a hit. He had that one wide open pass to Bryant on the sideline who got a first down. So he was standing tall in that pocket, and that's what we like to see. Not just scrambling around trying not to get hit. Like, if you're going to take the hit, but deliver that ball. So.
I agree. I mean, that's the one thing about O'Connell, and he's not afraid to take the hit because he knows he can handle it. He knows that hit's coming, and he'll still, deliver that ball, and then it just makes it that sweeter as it plays out. Him taking that hit, that ball goes for a fucking big play.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a quarterback running in fucking circles.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the quarterback we're talking about, Gardner Minshew came in, so he basically was playing the whole game. 15 for 34, 154 yards of passing, no touchdowns, of course. But right there, the 3 interceptions. He had a 44.1% completion percentage. Passing average of each pass was 4.5. Sacks, he was sacked twice for 11 yards loss. Passing rating, 21. Quarterback rating, 12.7. And of course, he had the lost fumble that resulted in the Rams scoop and score for a touchdown.
Let's go ahead and give them the interceptions. If that fumble didn't happen, we win the game.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just one of those things, you know. He comes in and what AP wanted is ball control, protect the football. Protect the football. And yeah, okay, so that one right there, that was error on him. This one right here, when the replay shows, you'll see that was just an uncovered guy. He had a clear shot to the quarterback, so I won't necessarily put that on him because he was already getting ready to throw the ball, so he already had his eye on somewhere.
Hold on. He's a veteran quarterback. Shouldn't he feel that coming and tuck that ball away?
I mean, yeah. He was already in the process of throwing. It's one of those things where I guess it's kind of like, I'll give you a pass on that because you were getting ready to throw the ball. But the rest of the plays, it's just, did you paused it, right?
It's paused.
Okay, so continue. These ones right here, like this one, I mean, there was a pass that was thrown behind DJ Turner.
You paused it. I can't unpause it.
I didn't pause it.
Well, I don't know what happened. It's stuck right here.
There we go. So right here, the ball was thrown behind DJ Turner. That's on the quarterback. You know, it tipped off of his hand, but you threw it behind him. He was already coming down.
It wasn't a little behind. That was way behind.
And this is the one that basically ended the game. You're just, you know.
And what makes that one worse to end the game, I'll say it here, you know, not the fact that we had a chance to win the game, whatever, is he was trying to direct, you know, the players at that point. Most of the time when you direct a receiver, you get him right to where you want and you throw the ball. It's like he directed somebody and only the damn defense went to the spot that he was trying to get somebody to go to. Don't try to direct traffic. You can't get the ball going where you fucking want it to go to.
And I think it looked like he overthrew him too. So it's just
and Chalk. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Coach D. Chalk Talk with Coach D. Another podcast to watch if you want to be during the game. He can't play any worse. Don't fucking say that because I bet you he can.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, you know. Don't say, you know, hold my beer here because you know what? I don't want to see it fucking happen. So don't put that juju out there because we have not figured out how to get rid of the bad juju yet.
That's that Murphy's Law. What could happen can or will. So let's break it down. Let's really
Anna right here. Yes, you know, he's doing a lot of shit that Carr got accused of. You know what needs to be done, but he doesn't do it. Carr at least, you know, made tries and things, try, you know, he was always over trying. But here, you know, he put it all on himself, but I didn't hear any way to be able to fix it other than, we just gotta go back to we gotta go to practice. We gotta do no. I don't want to fucking hear you talk. I want to see you do I want to see you do the changes. And what it starts with is stop running in fucking circles.
Well, speaking of learning, let's go into this next segment. I got it. Let's break it down by the numbers. Here we go. Now, actually, the wrong one. Here we go. That's the first one. Now, look, okay. Points given off turnovers. 73 total points.
Right? For the season.
This is for the season so far. 7 games, okay? 73 total points off turnovers the Raiders have given up. QB interceptions, it's not all of Minshew. It's not all of Minshew. Majority is, but not all of Minshew. So that's like put quarterback interceptions resulted either in 5 touchdowns or a field goal. Whether that was the pick 6 or that next possession for the other team turned into a touchdown, which is a 6 to 7 point swing. That pick 6
No. That actually, if they scored a touchdown, that's a 14-point swing.
I know that pick six, the 100-yard one, was a 14-point swing.
Well, I mean,
For sure.
If you throw the interception, especially when you're in the red zone, and you throw an interception and they march down the field, you took 14. That's a 14-point swing. You took 7 points off for yourself and gave them the 7 points.
Yeah. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. An interception in the sky is worth 2 you could have had.
Bushes aren't a thing no more.
Bush. All right. Quarterback fumbles resulted in a touchdown. You saw that one. And resulted in a field goal. Running back fumbles. Both times the running back dropped the ball. Not both times, but the 2 times where they lost the fumble resulted in 2 touchdowns. On downs where we didn't get the fourth down conversion, 2 of those turned into field goals. Block punt, that turned into a field goal. That was against the Steelers. And then the missed field goal from the Charger game in the beginning of the season resulted in a touchdown. So if we really break it down by the numbers,
73 points is fucking huge.
We did the math here. The cage match did the math here to really try to break it down and dissect what is really going on with our Raiders offense or with this team in general. Against the Chargers, we lost the game 22-10. Okay, we lost the game 22-10. Points off of turnovers, we gave them 13, which is a difference of 9. So 10-9, we went up. No, we're thinking hypothetically. It's all hypothetically, but these are the numbers that we did. The Ravens game, which is the toughest team on our schedule so far, up until we're going to play the Chiefs this coming weekend. We had an interception, but it resulted in a punt. So none of our turnovers turned into any points. We won that game 26-23. So if the Raiders don't beat themselves, we can win a game. We beat the Ravens 26-23. And our offense didn't start clicking until the last, the last 5 minutes in the game. So the
last quarter and a half.
The last quarter, the best quarter and a half in professional football, they called it for this season. The Panthers game, I mean, that was a loss, but we still gave up 6 points off turnovers. The Browns game, we got through that one, but we did give up 7 points off of turnovers. The Broncos game, we gave up 14 points off of turnovers. The difference being 20-18. That could have went our way because we were right there about to score right there on that overthrown to Brock Bowers. The Steelers game, we gave up
or underthrown to whoever the other person was behind Brock Bowers.
Oh yeah, that was straight to him. I don't know. Aqib Talib, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Aqib Talib. Well, I mean, there was a Raiders player there. I can't remember who the fuck I think it was Trey Tucker.
Either him or DJ.
Tucker in the same general area. He tried to go, because you saw Bowers throw his hand up and almost like somebody said, like in baseball, I got it. And he pulls his hand away so he doesn't fuck it up and it ends up going to fucking, who was it, Sertan?
Yeah, Sertan, yeah. I said, Aqib Talib. He yanked our chain and took off with it.
No, that's not true because we didn't have a receiver back down like Crabtree did.
Wish we would have. Give me the flag. And then, of course, the Steelers game, we gave up 13 points off of turnovers.
I'm sorry, Broncos. Sorry, you're right. Go ahead, 13 points off turnovers.
And this one right here, this really is the one that hurts. The Rams game this last Sunday. All their points that they scored, we gifted them. We said, here you go. Here's 20 points. 20-point spot. And let us climb this high mountain to the victory.
And if you actually look at this, Chargers, Broncos, Steelers, and Rams, we don't give up, 13, 14, 13, and 20 fucking points in that game. We win those games.
Yeah.
The one game we handily lost from start to finish was the Panthers game.
Yeah. That would no doubt be the one loss by the results that we, that would be the one loss that we would have. Max Crosby wasn't 100% healthy. He even said that he should have sat out that game because he couldn't get pushed off of that ankle that he was suffering, the high ankle sprain that he was suffering. So the statue that is the Red Rocket could not, no one can touch him. The Red Rifle. So if you look at this, total points scored by a Raider opponent, 183 points. They only earned 110 of those, which means we gave them 73 points in 7 games. That is not a good. That is not a good stat.
That's an average of 7 point. I can't even say one. 7.02 points per game that we're giving up in turnovers per game.
No, it's like 10 points. Because 70 divided by 7.
So 10.202, whatever it is. I mean, that's a lot of fucking points we give, to averaging per game to be giving up on turnovers.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to spot them 10 points off the bat, we're not a good enough team to overcome that.
Overcome that shit.
And that's what was.
I mean, look, not when we scored 10, 16, 8, 13, 15.
Yeah.
23, 22. I mean, those ain't much better. But, when you're getting up into those numbers, you might be able to spot them a little bit and go. But, when you can't get over 20 points, God damn, I think I'm having deja vu.
Don't say it. Don't say the name. Don't say the name. My sister calls him, McFired. It was, Alicia, if you're in the comments, let us know what you call him. So, that right there is a bad stat right there. I mean, you can't win games if you're going to spot them points. We're not Vegas. I know we are Vegas, but we're not Vegas. Plus 10, here you go. We want to make sure that we get our bets going on, so we can't do that. But if we just look at the overall offense, let's just look at the overall offense. Let's see what positives we've done. We didn't score any touchdowns, but our rushing, Madison almost had a 100-yard game. We haven't seen that in a long time. Madison, 92 yards off of 23 carries, 4.0 average per carry. Zamir White was back in off of the 2 games with that groin injury. He had a long run. He had a good run. It was like about 10 yards. He got a first down towards the end of the game. 3 carries for 13, 4.3. Tucker had the 1 carry for 11. And then, DJ Turner went for 1 carry, went for 4 yards. And Minshew, they gave him 2 yards. He was running.
Which is funny, though, because Minshew is supposed to be a mobile quarterback. Where's the mobility if he's only fucking running 1 or 2 times a goddamn game?
And that's, that's the thing.
And it goes, his mobility for us, for some reason, is running in fucking circles instead of doing what Minshew does, which is, we had Homer on the show. We thought this coming in. Everywhere else he's been able to run forward and get positive yards. Where is that shit now? Why is he only running in goddamn circles?
Yeah. And, they say that this season for Minshew, it's just very uncharacteristic. This is not like how he plays. I want to say maybe having him being the starter in the beginning of the season was a bad idea because it's kind of like reverse mentalism. I just made that up, where I'm the starter so I can't mess up, instead of him used to being the backup coming in as a relief. And even though, he started games after, I'm the backup quarterback. I can just play freely. I'm not the guy.
He's a career backup.
Yeah. He's a relief pitcher. Okay. He's a relief pitcher.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean,
know your role, right? It's know your role, play your role,
and shut up, right? Oh no, small one. Shut the hell up. Know your role, shut the hell up. All right, on the receiving side, Brock Bowers continues to shine even after Devontae Adams.
Dominate.
He our number one.
He hasn't. I was just gonna say, even though he hasn't had a 100-yard game yet, and has only scored 1 touchdown, that boy is still dominating in the tight end position.
Yeah, he second time he got close to cracking that 100-yard mark. We just got to get him more touchdowns. Use him more when we start getting into the red zone. That's what we need to start doing is have him be that tight end that now kills teams when we get into the red zone because he can find separation and he'll make those tough catches. He has the hands to do it. Better hands than Devontae did
And
this
he's
season.
proven it. We've thrown to him in double coverage plenty of times. And he's come down with the ball every fucking time.
Yeah, so.
There's been no interceptions thrown to Brock Bowers' way.
Don't say nothing.
I'm not in and out, so the game's not going, so that juju doesn't count.
Juju is, okay, we got to figure out what's going on, right? We need Juju busters, okay? I don't know. We need something, the Minshew Juju, okay?
Next time we bring Al Jobu in, I'm doing a whole bottle.
Doing a whole bottle. My sister says that.
Even your sister Alicia said it. Where is it? I think it's got. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Let me continue this right. Yeah, I need to double it. Double shot. We gotta get the Juju out of Minshew. Minshew Juju, okay? No Minshew Mania. It's Minshew Juju. All right? Trey Tucker, 3 catches for 36 yards. We got to get him going. You can't just... Brock Bowers is going to turn into the Tim Brown where I'm going to get all the catches. I don't care who's throwing the ball. I don't care who's on the other side of me. I got to make the plays, which I don't mind. I don't mind. We need a receiver that's going to want that ball. Like Tim Brown, how me and Peggy, we always talk about Miss Peggy. We talk about Tim Brown. How come Devontae can't be like Tim Brown? Brock Bowers is playing like Tim Brown. I don't care who's throwing me the ball. I'm going to make the play. I'm going to find separation, and I'm going to make the play. But
Brock Bowers is shutting up all those naysayers who said we didn't need a tight end. We made a mistake picking a tight end at 13. And all he's doing is shutting them all up because he has been – we wouldn't be in the games we were in. We would have probably not won the games we were in. Brock Bowers is turning into a mini Gronk.
So know your role and shut the head up. We got to get Trey Tucker going. 3 catches, 36 yards, 12 average. Madison was into the passing game. 3 catches for 31 yards. Bryant, as that third tight end, now is that backup taking over for Mayer. Bryant's been that was a good acquisition over the offseason because he's showing up in games.
We knew before they drafted Brock, we knew he was going to be good. He's a great pass catching tight end.
Yes, and they use him a lot for blocking, but which maybe that means people don't recognize, or not recognize it. People don't see when he releases out, and he finds himself open, and then once he gets that ball, he's hard to tackle. He's knocking you over for another 5 yards. So Harrison Bryant, that was a good pickup for the Raiders this offseason. Zamir White got a catch for 14 yards, and DJ Turner 2 for 13. We got to get the other receivers going. And speaking of Brock Bowers. Let's go back into our highlight reel.
Highlights.
Hey. Now right here, Brock Bowers, he finds himself open. He finds himself open in any coverage. He'll find some window. He's going to catch that ball. And he's hard to take down also, like we said, like Harrison Bryant.
I was going to say, how many times do you see him catch the ball and get tackled right away? It's happened, but it's been far and few in between out of his, 47 catches he's got on the season. He's always getting those extra yards. Even if somebody's there, he gets those extra 2-3 yards after fucking catching the ball.
Yeah, and I know we had some, good tight ends the last couple of years. We had Waller, we had Cook, but this guy is turning into like not just some, little short yardage. Like he can go deep. So,
what was it? Last week he had that 57-yard touchdown
against the Broncos.
It's one of those. He's showing why he was called a generational talent, and we got lucky. I'm going to say it here. You hear it here first. We got lucky. He dropped all the way down to 13 to us.
Thank you, Minnesota. Not Minnesota. Thank you, Falcons. So 47 receptions, 477 yards, both ranked first among all tight ends. in the
All tight
NFL.
ends. That's Kittle. That's
Taylor Swift. That's
yeah, Kittle, Kelsey. It was Mark Andrews, but now it's likely on the on the Baltimore Ravens. You know, all these other high-end tight ends, and he's beating them all as a fucking rookie.
yes. And if you see right here, 5 games, 5+ receptions in the 7 games. So these are tight ends through the first 7 weeks for him. That's a rookie record. And if you see right here, he broke the NFL rookie record for most receptions by tight end through the first 7 games, beating Keith Jackson's record of 42 receptions back in 1988 when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's a whole 5 receptions. That's a whole game right there. According to your games of 5 receptions.
Yeah,
that's
so
a whole
Brock
game right there. He beat him by.
Brock Bowers is doing it, bruh. Brock Bowers is doing it, bruh. Okay.
Yeah. Brock, that's a beast right there.
Brock Bowers, bruh. So right there, and we said it. Aren't you glad we drafted him? Especially with all these injuries, receivers moving around, injured receivers, tight ends taking time off, you know. Brock Bowers has been that bright spot. We have a number 1 draft pick that is making plays, which we haven't had in a long time.
When was the last time we could have said that?
Asamoah, 2003.
20 fucking years, 21 years.
and he didn't get good until the year after. So when it was just him and Stanford Route. I believe Stanford Route. Yeah, Stanford Route.
Stanford Route, yeah.
Because it was Stanford Route, and then it was the other one, the little cornerback that the Raiders ended up keeping and letting Asamoah go. That's what I can remember. I know Josh Jacobs. He was like the second. He was a first round pick, but there was 2 picks that year.
No, was it there 3 that year?
Was it 3 or was it 2?
I thought it was 3 that year.
Either or.
Yeah, either or, whichever way it was.
Hold on, I got it right here in my hand, right here. We have it. Always gotta be prepared, okay? Be prepared. We got it right here. Henry Ruggs. No, that wasn't it. One more year back. Keelan Farrell, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Abram.
Abram, yeah. All in the first round.
Yeah.
3.
First one, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. That is your draft report right there. Always got to have your information ready. I got it. Yes. Thank you. I didn't recycle those papers. All right. So, Brock Bowers has been paying off so far. 7 games, breaking rookie records, being the leading receiver. They are the leading receiving tight end in this league. So, hey, at least we have somebody to throw to, no matter who it is. He finds himself open. He's getting the catches. So that is right. You know, that's
he's doing his job. Plain and simple. He's doing his job. He's going above and beyond the expectations out of a rookie, let alone a rookie tight end, which most of the time tight ends, unless you're in certain schemes and certain situations, don't get a lot of love.
Yeah. And going on the defensive side, I know defense has also been under some scrutiny, but defense has also been trying to the defense, it's like that meme, that Flex Seal meme where you have the bad offense leaking and they're just trying to patch it up as best as they could to stop the bleeding. So they're trying to be that Flex Seal, okay? It's not a permanent fix, but they're trying their best to keep that tank from leaking. And that tank is the points that we give up to the opposing team. But the defense played their
They played good this game.
Yes. You have they only allowed 144 passing yards, and that's with Stafford. You know, I know he didn't have his top receiver, Cooper Kupp. He was out. He didn't play. He has the ankle. He didn't play. They don't have the other one that what's his name, Kukui?
No, I know who you're talking about. Oh, fucking
Puka, yeah, Puka. So they didn't have him. So I know their receiving core was a little depleted, but 144 passing yards, it's pretty good. Rushing yards, 115. It's okay, it's okay. First downs allowed, 15. Only 2 third down conversions out of 10 attempts. They did get the sack, and we'll show that. That's the Max Crosby sack. They forced 6 punts, and they did get an interception. That was Hobbs on the tip ball. Got that interception, took him to the red zone, couldn't cash it in. We got a field goal, but what up, Vicky? 94 million. Max is not going anywhere. They want to say it, but even they don't have that clip. And even on the show, on his own show, The Rush, he said, "I don't want to go."
On his own show, The Rush, he sat there and talked about that exact situation, and he literally said he's enjoying all this because all these people are making shit up. His words, making shit up. That he wants to go here, he wants to do this, and he's never said a word of this. He is one of the few. I know we heard Josh Jacobs say it. We heard Derek Carr say it. We heard Devontae Adams say it. I want to be here. I'm a Raider. I'm a Raider for life. Da-da-da-da-da. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to believe Crosby when he says it.
Yeah. Douglas Sinclair has made an appearance. You only have 1 game ahead of us. You guys don't look all that great either, Douglas Sinclair.
Hold on. If I remember correctly, didn't his quarterback also throw 3 interceptions last week?
His quarterback did. His quarterback didn't look so pretty out there on the field, okay? Remember that, Douglas Sinclair. But shouts out to Douglas Sinclair, who's also a very dedicated viewer. A Niner fan watching a Raiders show, the Cage Match. So thank you, Douglas Sinclair, for making your appearance onto the show. We appreciate it. So, and I want to answer this question right here by Coach D. Right here. I don't believe that we'll get rid of him because we are not the Oakland A's. So, that's all I got to say. I am an A's fan.
You got him on a rookie contract. When you got a player of Brock Bowers' caliber on a rookie contract, the only time you get rid of him on the last year of that, that year of the last year of the contract, and that's because you've done such so bad. You're trying to get trade capital going.
I love Douglas Sinclair. That guy's. I might not like you because you follow the team, but I respect you because you come on the show and you say how you feel, and that's what this show is all about. So, Douglas Sinclair, I'm gonna give you this.
And I hate to say this, Douglas Sinclair in the beginning part of that sentence right there states part of the reason why we've been having problems. It's the injuries we've been suffering since before the season started. We've had big names go down to season ending or out indefinitely kind of injuries. And that's going to affect how you play the game and how you call the game.
Yeah. But if this is gonna, and I'm not being negative, but if this is gonna be a lost season, it's like I said last year when AP took over and all these new guys were coming in starting roles like O'Connell and a lot of guys. They're getting a lot of playing time, so that experience will be there. When the starters come in, you can sub them out, and they can come in and be like they can be reliable stand-ins, until the stars come back in. So I'm not worried. It is what it is. That's just how it is. So we just have just so many quality players. Yeah, see, we have just lost so many quality players. Like let's just for example, Christian Wilkins, 2 different players, similar names, opposite sides of the ball. Christian Wilkins, big acquisition, came over. It's supposed to be him and Max Crosby controlling that defensive line, that line of scrimmage right there. and he ends up hurting a foot. So, it is what it is. You can't stop injuries, but that's why you have to develop these other players, your role players, your guys.
Malcolm Kuntz before the season even started.
Malcolm Kuntz was supposed to be, how they say, the Robin to the Batman that is Max Crosby, and he hasn't even got on the field this season because he was already declared injured with that knee before the season started. So, that's just how it is. So, going through these numbers, the Rams only had 26. I mean, it's always even by like a minute or so between the two teams. Rams had the ball for 26 minutes. Their top receiver, Kyron Williams, 21 carries. I'm sorry, their running back, 21 carries, 76 yards. He added 2 touchdowns, but we kind of helped him out with that one. He had a long of 14.
He only had a long of 14.
Exactly. So he was, for the most part, taken care of. Xavier Smith, 2 carries, 30 yards, long of 24, but only the 2 carries. The receivers, Tyler Johnson, 4 receptions, 57 yards. Tutu Atwell, he had a couple good catches, 6 receptions, 51 yards. So the defense, and you know what, Jacorian Bennett has also been somebody that has every week been getting better and better and better. People thought he was a bust, but he's starting to show that he can be opposite side, and it kind of, you can almost kind of say he's been outplaying Jack Jones a little bit.
I'll say no. I'll agree with that. This year, he's definitely been outplaying Jack Jones.
Yeah, and I know more targets are going towards Jacorian Bennett because Jack Jones showed what he can be last year, but Jacorian Bennett, and maybe there was a couple like just miscues with the coverages or just miscommunication, but when he's on the guy
or Friday comparison between Jack Jones and Jacorian Bennett, the stats between the two.
Yeah.
See, I think honestly, and I hate saying this, I like Jack Jones. It almost feels like Jack Jones is taking a step backwards this year, where Jacorian Bennett has taken that step forward.
And Hondo had said that in one of his podcasts that he's talked to Jack Jones. And Jack Jones he admits that, hey, I gotta play better, I gotta be more physical, I gotta be how I was last year. And I don't know if you're trying to compete with your, I gotta be like that guy I was last year. So you're competing with that bar that you set, and maybe that can.
No, I'll go like this. The difference between last year and this year, between Jack Jones, last year he had that chip on his shoulder. He had just got cut by the fucking Patriots, right? After what, his second season? I mean, not in the league that long. You just get cut. Then you have somebody who has faith in you, like AP, who put his job on the line for Jack Jones that year. He had that chip on his shoulder. When Jack Jones has that chip on his shoulder, he plays lights out. Now it seems like there's no chip there, and he's regressed just that little bit. I mean, we're only stuck in his contract for what, 1 more year?
Yes, he will be a free agent after next season.
So,
yeah.
I mean, maybe we got to find a way to get that chip back on his shoulder. Maybe by saying, hey, you're getting outplayed by Bennett, who got lit up last year. Now he's making you look like a third string. Yeah, and then maybe that play will pick up.
Well, maybe this game coming up would be, because everyone's going to have everyone's going to come up. It's going to come up for this game. Everyone's going to have their A game because they know coming into their home field that the Chiefs won a Super Bowl on. They haven't won a game against the Chiefs in Allegiant Stadium. The Raiders have not. So this is a game.
And we beat them. Last team to beat them last year.
Yeah, so.
Now that going into our favor. So, there's that whole chip of, like you're saying, going into all this. They're undefeated. There's all this shit. Right now, I guarantee we are going to be the underdogs. I guarantee if you look, Anna, what's the stats for the game? what's the that's
The
stats?
spread?
What's
The point
the
spread?
line? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the line? How many points are the Chiefs favored right now for us to lose at home? I want to know that. That's the kind of shit that's going to make us. We always play the Chiefs hard. Well, not always. Majority of the time, play the Chiefs hard. And this is one of those times that we got to relive the glory days of last year.
Well, I was gonna say, even though not most likely, even though for sure everything's stacked against us, this could be a get right game. If you can take down Chiefs Kingdom because they're already crowning them the whatever Super Bowl champion 3 in a row, blah 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 blah. They're the darlings of the NFL right now. If you could take them down, that's gonna build a whole lot of confidence, and then if we can go and beat the Bengals right after, and then get into the bye week, like Max Crosby said on the show, hey, I'll take a 4-5.
Yeah,
going into the bye week.
Going into the bye week, oh yeah. And Douglas, why don't you put your money where your mouth is in if you feel so strongly about that shit?
Ooh, Douglas. Not gonna get that lucky. Oh yeah. Douglas is being Douglas.
Because I'll say this much: everyone felt the exact same way last year on Christmas Day. Trust me, I know because I was at the fucking game. Everyone thought the same shit. Put your money where your mouth is.
Coach D says that it'll probably be more Chiefs fan, which is true. It'll probably be more Chiefs fan. They're not too far from Vegas, so they want to call it Arrowhead West.
And the Legion throws all these deals out, and I know they did it since the day they named the stadium. Coming from Kansas City to Allegiant, the airline has a deal to go to Las Vegas for all the Chiefs fans to go. So I'm sure people.
We should have been sponsored by Spirit, okay? Not only is it an airline, it's also a Halloween story. Raider Nation. All right.
Hold on. I am stepping up, boy. I'm telling you, put your money where your mouth is. Come on. I know what's good. I know what's not. Put your money where your mouth is. We'll put it right here on fucking where we got tons of witnesses. What do you want to do? What you want to do? You talk this shit? Time to, time to pay the Pied Piper, because guess what? I'm going to get paid next week. Let's do it. You name the price.
The shots have been fired. Matthew Stafford versus...
And look, right here. Coach D said it. You think they ain't going to overlook us? They overlooked us on fucking Christmas.
Yeah, and Anna says it's going to be on this period. Okay, end of the month.
Okay, Anna said this. I want to see every Raiders fan with a tampon in their hand swinging it like it's a terrible fucking towel.
Hold on. Do it again.
I want to see them swinging it like it's a terrible towel. Where's my camera? Bring a tampon and just swing it like it's a terrible towel.
No, I'm going to be like this. Stop it, man. Stop. It's raining. Stop.
Stop touching me! Stop touching me!
So, that'll be that. That's the Friday show right there. So,
see, I knew how you were, Douglas. You ain't even willing to put the money where your mouth is. You want to just try to talk shit and that's it? You got no faith. You know we can do it too. Why don't you just say it? The Raiders can beat the Chiefs, and it's probably going to happen this fucking Sunday. Say it, Sinclair. Come on,
Douglas.
say it.
Come on, give me that Niner faithful. Come on, man. Be faithful in the comments. Shouts out to Douglas Sinclair. This is what NFL, this is what football smack talk is supposed to be. Like I say, Douglas, you get on our damn nerves. But man, do you make this show. So, no love lost, but no, it's not. Yeah, it's football. It's football, man.
And this is football. There is no hate. Trust me, there is no hate. But if you want to talk shit, be prepared to be called out on it. And that's what I'm trying to do right here. Put your money where your mouth is if you're so goddamn sure. I'll even go like this. We'll go double so you can even break even. I'll say the Raiders win and the fucking 49ers lose.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Saying. But I'll say the fucking 49ers lose. Come on. There's a chance to double, break even. Come on. The terrible tampons. There you go.
The terrible
There
tampons.
you go, Coach D.
The terrible tampons. Speaking of double, need to double it. Need to double it, says my sister. Need to double it. All right. Well, I was trying to talk about the terrible tampons. Hold on, that right there. That's 2 weeks in a row. Coach D has dropped the mic on that right there. All right, let's go. Matthew Stafford.
And Coach D, we know, but you know what? Every once in a while, you got to call out a troll, right? You got to call them out.
Know your troll and shut the hell up. No. All right, so know your troll. Matthew Stafford versus the Raiders for the 8th attempt. 14 for 23. 14 completions out of 23 attempts. 154 yards. 1 interception. 60.9 completion percentage. Passing yards, 6.7. He was sacked 1 time for 10 yards. 10 yards loss. And we're going to show that. Passer rating, 62.6. Quarterback rating, 43.0. And, speaking of...
That's a lot better than the fucking 21 point whatever.
Sad life. Sad life. And that's, and I want to show this right here, okay? It's going to be edited sound later, but see, first it was this one they called right here. The pass, a run from the passer.
Yeah.
Now I want you to look, okay? Just look how, okay, look, okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Now look at him, 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 look at him. He's like, all right, look at him, licking his chops. All right, okay, pass, okay, yeah, roughly passer.
I got your boy beat. It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. Right. I got you beat.
Just look at Kate, like in that movie, Waterboy. Just his eyes, just. It's the demented. It just looks demented. Look at him getting ready.
I love
and
my mama.
Boom! It's hard to watch.
He hit him harder. He hit him harder the second time than he did the first time.
Yeah. Look at right here. I don't have to wrap you up. Boom! And just blowing kisses. Take that, Jimmy G. You're on the sideline. And look at him. After that, he was all fired up. Look at that. What's up? What's up, Stafford? Max Crosby, man. He ain't going nowhere, okay? He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. So, I just wanted to show that right there, that clip. He ain't going nowhere. Don't worry. He has made that clear. That
all right, Doug, I don't know what the hell you're trying to say in this last two, but you know what? My challenge is out there. It's out there. Go ahead. Bring it.
So, with that, Max Crosby now holds sole possession of 3rd place in the Raiders franchise. All-time sack leaders with the likes of Greg Townsend, who should be in the Hall of Fame.
And look at it, though. He's 3rd in only 89 games.
Yes.
You got 121, 98. Now to jump to, now he's got a ways to go to catch Howie Long. He's got a ways to go. But if he keeps this up, he could do it in less games than Howie Long.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's probably going to stay 3rd, because that's another 26 more sacks. And I think the record is Michael Strahan. I think, what is it, like 30-something in a season?
No, it wasn't 30.
Was it 50-something in the season?
Hold on. Let me in one season.
In one season, Michael Strahan, I think, still has that record. Remember that phantom fall that Brett Favre did from the break? That I think he broke it by like a half a sack.
No,
so
okay. The top in one season was in 1978 by a Detroit Lion. 23 in one season by Al Baker.
No.
Yes. Michael Strahan is
got the all-time?
No, this is one season. Michael Strahan and TJ Watt are tied with 22 and a half in one season.
Are you saying that they took one away? Because I watched that game where they went and celebrated Strahan's, I beat the record because Brett Favre, he gave up. He gave himself up. And Strahan just tapped him.
Apparently they took a half a sack away or a full sack away.
Can
Because
you
this is going right here. NFL sacks. You want me to put it up?
I mean, I guess if you want to. I'm just saying that's crazy.
I'll put it up.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine later in life that the NFL took your sack away?
Hey, hold on. Crosby had a sack taken away.
You know what? This NFL. What is this? What is this, Kay? What is this? The NBA?
Hey, look, everything I got going on. I got Al Baker on number one. Every page I go to, 23.
I'm not.
Strahan at 22 and a half. Now,
I'm not arguing.
Jared Allen has 22, where the other one said TJ Watt had 22 and a half as well. So, yeah.
I'm not. I'm just saying that I remember them having a whole thing. So the NFL must run back and be like, you know what? That was too easy. We're going to take that away. Thank you, Goodell.
Well, I mean, technically, don't you got to touch the guy? If he just falls down, does that count as a sack?
Well, if the quarterback gives himself up, does it count as a sack, or does it? I mean, I know whoever touches him gets a tackle.
Him, right? He has to at least touch him.
I mean, he did. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I thought Michael Strahan had it too, but when I'm looking up, they're saying Al Baker, whoever the hell that is, from 1978.
Dance monkey.
Has a total of 131 sacks.
Well, for the Raider record, the Raider career, Greg Townsend 107 and a half in 174 games.
And Townsend has the Raider record for the season as well.
I know he has I know he had the rookie record. But I thought the season one went to Burgess.
No, I think it was Townsend.
Townsend has the rookie record. I know that for sure. But I think with 13 and a half, he's tied. He's tied with Anthony Smith, I believe. But
let's see if I can find.
I think Burgess has the record at 16, either 16 or 16 and a half. But Greg Townsend, 107 and a half sacks is the mark to be the Raiders' number one sack leader in franchise history. Howard Long is second with 84 sacks in 163 games. So, man, like you said, Max Crosby, give him a couple more seasons and he can find himself shattering that record because he's going to stay a Raider. I don't care what anyone says. So he takes over Anthony Smith's 57 and a half sacks as number 3 with 58 and a half sacks in only game 7. He missed a game, of course, against the Browns, but with 7 games in the regular season, 6 he played this year. 89
yes, you're right. I guess you're right. It's Derek Burgess with 16 in the season.
Derek Burgess. It was at 20. Does it say 20? Derek Burgess was 2012, 13? 2012?
Nope.
Sooner? Earlier?
Yeah, earlier.
2009?
Nope.
2006?
Close.
I don't know. 07, 08?
2005.
I didn't know he won. Oh, I'm thinking of the other guy. In 2011. He had that one good year, that defensive end. He had that dip. He had that mean dip and go underneath the tackle and sack. I forgot his name. I think he went to the Titans after, and then that was it. I can't remember his name. But yeah, those are your sack leaders for the Raiders. Max Crosby making history, just like Brock Bowers making history. But of course, yep. And Townsend, Howard Long was drafted in 82. I'm sorry, Howard Long was drafted in 81 because he was the last Oakland Raider, they called him. And then Townsend was drafted in 82. And I think Paquel was in the same draft class with Townsend. Not 82. They were rookies. Sorry. They were drafted in 83. Townsend was in 83 because I think his rookie year they won a Super Bowl. That's what he said. He said that him and Paquel both got sacks in that game, and that was the first time two rookies got a sack in the Super Bowl, like in the same game. So in the Super Bowl. So little nuggets I remember watching when I watched my YouTube Raiders, my old school Raider stuff. Always got to
There's
find
no
the
excuse for
nuggets.
not knowing your shit because it's out there. It's out there, the old game. I don't want to hear
Know your history.
Yes, know your history. It's out there. It is.
Okay, so of course, I mean it's not big news, but it is big news. But it's kind of is big news, but not really, because Minshew's still going to be the starting quarterback going into this game. But as we said earlier,
according to Anna, that's what Anna says. Our insider in Vegas, she said Minshew starting.
Our in Vegas insider. Now, here are the stats of newly acquired quarterback Desmond Ridder. He was drafted by the Falcons in 2022. Third round, pick 74. He played 2 seasons with the Falcons. I think he took over for Mariota, and I believe that was what was in the quarterback documentary series on Netflix. The one before receiver and
the one where we got he's touching me and everything else, and from Patrick Mahomes.
The one, they didn't play the game. They didn't show the game at Christmas, but whatever, it is what it is.
No, so, that was in receivers.
That was in receivers. Okay, yeah. So they want to show that he's touching me, but they don't want to show that he broke me. So, in 2022, Desmond Ridder played 4 games, started 4 games, 73 completions, 115 yards, 115 attempts, 708 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but he was sacked 9 times. And then the following year, he started 13 games, completion 249 attempts out of 388. He had 12 touchdowns, but he also had 12 interceptions, and he was sacked 31 times. So, is that more so the quarterback, or was that more so Atlanta? Because didn't they go through another coaching change?
Well, I'll say a little bit of both. I mean, yes, he played the 4 games. He was still a young quarterback. You can still consider him a rookie at that time, trying to get the NFL speed. Definitely playing more, he's made, but he did have a long of 71. The sacks, obviously he's got to learn, if you watch his college highlights, you saw him a lot more mobile in college than you did in the pros. But then at the same time, when he was playing 2023, they sucked last year. They sucked last year. So, I mean,
because they have a new coach this year, right?
This year, yeah.
Yeah. So,
because it was who was it? Who was the coach at the time? Dan Quinn, who got let go.
Yes.
Dan Quinn in 2022. He got let go in 2023, so they had a new coach there. Because Dan Quinn went to
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, no, not the Super Bowl. Dan Quinn went to that Super Bowl was not 2023.
No, not 2023, but wasn't he?
No, I say Dan Quinn went to Dallas before he became the head coach of
the Commanders.
The Redskins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who was it? Oh, no, I'm getting confused. Because I thought, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. Because I'm thinking of that 23 to, that that game where they were up 28-3 against the Patriots.
Yeah, that was 2023 though.
Yeah, I know. I was that was in 2015, 2016. That was 2016. I was way off. Sorry. My bad. I could be wrong. Okay.
Hey, we're allowed to be wrong, but the difference between us
is you froze.
Wrong on.
So he ended up getting traded to the Cardinals at the beginning of this offseason, and then he ended up making the spot onto the practice squad, which re-signed him So, and he is 6'3", 207 pounds, 25 years old. He's in his third season, and we don't have his we have his college stats. But we don't have his college highlights, but we do have his NFL highlights. And here we go, right here. Let's go on this side. So he can throw on the run. So he is a quarterback that can throw, on the run.
Not only on the run, but technically is mobile. He will take off and get positive yards forward.
Yeah.
We just need to see more of it, especially here in the NFL level where you're playing, the best of the best. But mobility is not his problem.
Yeah. And, we watched his college tape the other day, and he does, when he's on a roll, he does gain confidence to where he's not going to be timid like Minshew's been playing this season, scrambling around and just desperation throws. So, and to what Coach D said, he's interception prone and sack prone, but I want to say was the system to a skill set, and maybe this is maybe for Getsy, he's comfortable in his mind. He feels like he's comfortable with a quarterback that is mobile for his system, because was it Badgett? He did pretty decent when he was in relief for Justin Fields 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Badgett isn't really as mobile as Fields was.
No, but he's not afraid to move though. So
no, and what little you saw there, you saw him for the majority of it. I know the stats say different. The stats in the sacks say he had 31, but he seems when he moves, he seems to move in the right direction, which is away from defenders and not running in circles and going towards defenders like Minshew.
Yes. So let's pretend like we drafted him, okay? This is what because he's still early. He's still early in his career. He's in his third season. So in college, 4-year starter for the most part. He played 50 games. He started 49 of them. 1,304 attempts, 810 of those completions. Completion, 62.1 completion percentage. He had that's supposed to be a comma, 10,230
yards. Damn.
I know. Where's that QBR record? QBR like Minshew. No, that's supposed to be a comma. He has 10,239 yards of passing, 87 touchdowns to 28 interceptions, and as a runner, 502 carries, 2,169 yards. That's supposed to be a comma. I was half asleep when I made this.
That is a comma.
Oh no, it's a period. Never mind. I gotta dress like these quarterbacks. I gotta trust myself and deliver. 4.32 average yards per carry, along of 91, which was a touchdown. 28 touchdowns with a 43.4 yards per game that he would have on his feet. 2-time AAC Offensive Player of the Year 2020 and 2021. AAC Rookie of the Year 2018, and 2-time first team All AAC 2020 and 2021. So he has, in college, he was pretty good. And like we said earlier, Tucker from Cincinnati, also, him and Tucker were on the same team, so maybe they could build a rapport right when he comes along, whenever he comes into the game. And, I was saying earlier, when we were talking, that this does kind of remind me of when that 2011 season with Hugh Jackson. We lost Campbell.
The best trade in NFL history.
We lost Campbell to that shoulder. He had that collarbone against that Browns game.
Collarbone, yeah.
When he tried to slide head first for a first down, I'm all like, you know what? Ricky Henderson, because Oakland Raiders, should have been a coach and teach these quarterbacks how to slide head first, okay? And then get up with the football and say, I am the best of all them. So he goes down, gets hurt. It was Cal Bowler who was the backup They also, Al Davis had also drafted Terrell Pryor, but he wasn't ready yet. So Hugh Jackson goes and trades whatever he traded to the Bengals to get Carson Palmer off the couch, get him into the game. Get him into the facility. And that first game that the Raiders played with Carson Palmer on the bench, do you know who they played against?
The Chiefs?
It was the Chiefs. Do you know who was home?
The Raiders?
The Raiders. It was a horrible game. Now, hopefully it doesn't fall that way. But I see the similarities because the Raiders, O'Connell gets hurt. Minshew, who was a starter, so, it's a little mixed up, but Minshew was a starter. Now he's not the starter. He was put in turnover machine. When Kyle Bowler was trying to take over in that game, Carson Palmer was not supposed to play in that game. He just came into the facility like 2-3 days before that game. Kyle Bowler was a starter. He threw 3 interceptions. I believe one went to the house. They tried to bring Tyler Perry. They tried to bring Terrell Pryor in. They tried to bring Medea. They tried to bring Terrell Pryor in.
Hey, she might have played better.
You can't tackle her. Comes out with the gun out the purse. Terrell Pryor comes in. One play, hurts his knee. Out for the rest of the season. Got to throw in. You got nobody else. Doing Carson Palmer. No bad juju. Carson Palmer, and I believe he threw 3 interceptions also. One of those went back to the house. So the situation, I feel like it's almost similar. And it had to be with the Chiefs coming into town. We're having quarterback issues. The people we have on the squad, on the people that we have on our roster, and even in practice squad.
I'm seeing a repeat of Christmas, though. We're having problems scoring over 20 points. We're having problems, the defense wasn't, necessarily the greatest at the time. We weren't able to run the ball. Quarterback, oh my God, we just put in a rookie quarterback. All this other shit. I'm hearing excuses, but yet we won that Christmas game with defense and the running game. Both things that were supposed to suck at the time.
Yeah, and that game, O'Connell did not need to throw a ball after the first quarter because they said that was the first time a quarterback hasn't made a completion in the last 3 quarters of a game and still came out with a victory. So
something like that, yeah.
So I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying it's bad because we've done with worse. We've done with less experience. We went into their home in Christmas in cold. You were there. Like you said, you were there.
I was there. Fuck yeah, it was cold.
And
it wasn't the playoff game against Miami cold, but it was still downright fucking cold. You're talking about December in Kansas. I'm sorry, in Kansas City. They do play in Missouri, not in Kansas. But, I'm sorry, but in December 25th, it's fucking downright cold out here. And they had the wind was blowing, and I guarantee it was colder on that field. I was close to the field. Trust me, there's video of me right there at the edge. I know how close it was to the fucking field. It was colder down there than it was in other areas of that stadium. It was it was like below 20 degrees. I don't care what anybody said. It was a straight, it was a defensive run type of game. Even Patrick Mahomes was having trouble throwing the ball.
Yeah. And, maybe like Madison. And also remember that in the beginning of that game, they showed him Luke Getsy was up in the booth. He was up in the booth, and that running game started to look a little more better. So, I know, like I said, I was on the fence, and I'm all like, I don't know. I'm ready to come off of this Luke Getsy train. Tick me off now. I'm getting nausea. Tick me off. No, Dramamine, I don't know. But maybe him being up in the booth, and then we've seen that maybe those first we played 7 games. So those first 5 games was maybe it was a Minshew problem. More so than a play call problem?
5 games. We played 7.
Yeah.
He was in the booth for 1.
This last one, yeah.
He was in the booth, so, maybe just but people got to remember, Patrick Graham was on the sideline too. And the defense was not playing well at all. And then all of a sudden they made the change of putting him back up in the booth. And the defense slowly and surely got together. Then AP got control of the team. And that defense, flipped that switch. So give Getsy this chance. I know I just saw Peggy had liked the show. I know Peggy's not going to like what I have to say. But, maybe the move to the booth where he could see everything just that little bit better might be the answer. Sometimes coaches need to have that different perspective. It worked for Patrick Graham. Maybe it works for Getsy. Not to mention, there's another guy in that booth that can talk to Getsy and everything, who used to be an offensive coordinator and a head coach, that might be able to say something, because if it's in his ear, it's easy to just take that off and I didn't hear you. But when he's sitting right next to you, there's no excuse on why you didn't hear him.
Yeah.
And that's Joe Philbin.
Yeah. And yeah, him being up there, seeing everything, having the same view as Getsy. Hey, did you see what he did there? Hey, did you see what that guy did there? You see that stunt they did there? You see the coverage they're doing there?
Do you see they have a palm tackling on the right side? Oh, no, on the left side, all of a sudden, they're moving the guy over to the left. Run to the right over here. No, go over here. Do this, do that. Just, Getsy is still new at being an offensive coordinator, not giving them excuses, but people need chances. People need to have different things, and it goes. Tell me a head coach. I guarantee Gruden had people in his ear. You could have John Madden had people in his ear. Tom Flores had people in his ear. As a coach, no matter what your position is that you're coaching, you're going to have people who are going to say, who see shit differently and going to give you what they're seeing, and then you got to make a decision off of that.
Yeah, and Gruden had Al Davis in his ear. So
which time? Not the second time.
No. The first time when he was learning to be a head coach, and he was also the play caller.
John Madden, as a first-time head coach, had Al Davis in his ear. Tom Flores, as a first-time head coach, had Al Davis in his ear.
Well, the only difference between them then, as in John Madden and Tom Flores, and the quarterbacks now, is Ken Stabler called his own plays. Yeah, he consulted with John Madden, but
he called his own plays with John Madden, but Stabler didn't play with Flores.
No, but Plunkett,
but Plunkett wasn't calling his own plays.
See, I learned things too on the show. They had headsets back then, like they had headsets in the helmet back then.
No, but you got your signs. Eagle. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It goes like this. Eagle. 4-3, eagle.
That's butterfly. It's a butterfly. It's a butterfly. Well, that's more back in your time.
Well, but the point I'm trying to make is everybody, the success we've had on the team, it wasn't just a head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Just straight nose. It's just, tunnel vision like this and going. They had people who were able to say something. And the difference between a good head coach or a good position coach is they listen to what's being said and take nuggets out of what other people are seeing. Well, I didn't see that. I see the game this way. Well, I see it this way. You put your heads together and game plan that way. And now all of a sudden it works.
And then, going off of that, Getsy is watching the play or watching the field and trying to get his next play going, where Philbin can kind of be that extra eye to see, hey, did you notice that when you came in this formation, they lined up in this formation, the defense, in this coverage? So, I didn't see that because I was looking at my play sheet trying to get the next play going. This is going to set up the next play, so I'm just getting ready to call when it's, when the microphone or when the headset opens up. I was getting ready to call it. So you have Philbin, who, like you said, is that veteran who's done it, offensive coordinator, head coach. So you'd be like, hey, notice this when you come in that formation, or when this guy, when you have this guy line up in this area and then he shifts over, or emotions, they shift this way. So if you have a counterplay in that same formation, you might want to get that right, like little notes like that.
I agree with you 100%. I'll even go one step further. There's another guy on the other side that you can get information from that a lot of people probably wouldn't think about trying to go. And that's your defensive coordinator, who could turn around and say, when you see this formation, they're going heavy. They think you're running on this side. So change the run to this side, or change it to a pass play. Because if it's me and this was my defense, this is exactly where I'd be going with shit. And you can make those changes. So you got experience on one side, a defensive guy who can tell you exactly what he's seeing based off of what he, going, because his job is to know defense, regardless if it's the other teams or yours. And having that information can help you with your play calling.
Yeah, because it could be like, hey, Patrick Graham, when I run this play, why do you think they're lined up that way? What are they expecting me to do? Like, well, if I was I'm doing this because I'm trying to do this and that. So, okay, that makes sense. I want to comment on this right here. All the Raiders coaches had Davis in their ear. I was watching, the Raiders YouTube channel. They had this interview with Howie Long and Greg Townsend, and they were talking about the 83 season, the Super Bowl year. And Howie Long had told the story where he said that, yeah, man, it was cool when Lester Hayes would take back an interception, but now we got to go back out in the field. I don't get a rest, and now we got to go back out in the field. And God forbid, if I was to take a play off, like if I was to be on the bench, there's a red phone that's on the sidelines that was Al Davis. And if I'm on the sideline, if I'm sitting on the sidelines, I'm not on the field. Hey, why is number 75 ain't out there? So, yeah, Al Davis was up there like, why is my star player ain't on the field? Is he hurt? No, he just needs a breath. He just needs to breathe. Okay, we'll get him back out there. I ain't paying it, so
I ain't paying him to sit on the bench.
Yeah, so those are the good old days with Al Davis.
And again, what we talked about with Peggy last Wednesday is you got to give these coaches a chance to gel.
Yeah.
Right now you got coaches who are coaching together for the first time ever. And you got to give them a chance to gel, a chance to discuss things, a chance to get on the same page. Now, I did listen to, was it Hondo? It was somebody, I think it was Hondo, talking about, the Raiders coaches, the GM, ownership, coach, and I'll go all the coaches aren't on the same page. But you know what? How are they going to get on the same page if you're going to turn around and can them at the end of the season? Can them they got to get a chance to get on the same page, just like an offensive line, a defensive line, a defense, an offense. Every position has to play together in order to get a chance to gel. If you constantly make changes, there is never a chance to gel, and you're always going to have dysfunction amongst the ranks.
But I'm impatient. I'm tired of 20 plus years of losing. Change it. Make it work.
But that's what you've done for the last 20 plus years.
Yep.
What's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
So for the last 20 years, we've been doing the same thing over and over and over again. What the only time, and I'll say it, in recent history, I'll go with two coaches that have been there long enough to get some kind of continuity going, and that was Jack Del Rio and John fucking Gruden.
Yes. John Gruden, his first 2 years, second stint, first 2 years weren't that great, but that third year was when all the emails, right?
Yeah, the emails, yeah.
They were undefeated going into LA to play the Chargers. That week going into that game, that's when the emails started surfacing, and John Gruden said this and that, and investigation, and there could be this possibility that John Gruden
cheerleaders.
And what was that called again? We just kind of went through it with the receiver. What is that called again for the team?
A distraction.
Oh, distraction. And the distractions, yeah, you're getting paid millions of dollars. You're supposed to block that out. Next man up mentality, whatever all the phrases are. But when you got something looming over your head, you know, that can still alter the way you play because...
And why did Gruden resign from the job?
Because he didn't want to be a distraction to the team on the ongoing investigation.
And what ended up happening with that team?
Rich Bisaccia took over with the same formula, the same philosophy as John Gruden, and got this team back on track where they made it to the playoffs and was really close to going to that next round, beating the Bengals.
That phantom whistle.
Yes. So
now that works so well. Because even though Gruden stepped back to not be the distraction, there was still continuity with the fucking team based on the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Now, everybody who's calling for AP, Luke Getsy, this, that, the other, you know, going, how is that going to solve our fucking problem if we're constantly making the same change and got no continuity with the fucking team?
I agree. But like I said, I'm not going to pretend like I wasn't one of them when it comes to Luke Getsy. So I'm going to say that I agree with what you're saying, but I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to flip-flop. I was on the fire Getsy train. Let's see what happens coming up in this game, whether it is Minshew or it is going to be I know he's not going to start. He's not going to start if he just came in. Unless he has the same kind of magic like Baker Mayfield did when he came in on the Rams, came off the plane, got into the field and beat his backyard style. But, you know, we'll see.
It could happen.
Yeah. So,
remember, Derek Carr came in. He wasn't supposed to win the starting job.
He wasn't supposed to win a starting job, but he still had the 4 games of preseason. But we're talking about somebody coming off like, we just got you yesterday. Can you run the offense on Sunday? You're only going against the Chiefs.
and Coach B, we know Gruden wasn't the only person to ever use that. And I actually don't remember hearing him say that. He turned around and said something about what was his name?
It was the defensive end for the Rams.
No.
Who came out?
No.
It was the guy that it was the guy who was in charge of the Players Association.
Yeah. And
he said he had Michelin
lips. Yeah,
he had Michelin man.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Now, if he did use the N-word, you know, we all know throughout the NFL, I don't care what color you are, that word gets used a fucking lot.
Yeah. It's more so of a street slang than than the historical reason behind it. People believe that it's that's how I say my homie, my brother, whatever. I don't use it. I'm like nope. Anything can and will be used against you in the court of
the way I
public
look at
perception.
It's pretty simple. You want the word stop being used, stop giving it power. The people who sit there and complain because it gets used are just giving it power. It's going to continue to be an issue. Stop reacting when it's used. Stop everything. I mean, this could be a long conversation going into a whole different way. It's a word. It's a bad word. You got it for every goddamn race. You got it for every goddamn religion. You got it for every, it's out there. There's a word out there for everybody that nobody likes being used. I mean, you had fucking AP calling fucking your GM a cracker. Granted, I'm not going to say it's as bad as going as that far, but yet we know how he meant the fucking word to be. Let's just go. It's football. Let's not care about what's going, emails, all this other shit. Gruden is in the past. Unfortunately, we are now with AP. We are now with Getsy. We are now with the team we got. And now let's just fucking move forward and start winning some fucking games.
Yes.
Starting with the goddamn Kansas City Chiefs and for the second time in less than a year, knock them off that fucking pedestal they were on.
And let me start over. And, Chiefs coming in. We have a video. We play it a lot. My sister loves when I play this video. When it's a tough situation, you got to figure out what to do. You just got to pop in some Mentos, okay? Pop in some Mentos and just stay cool and the situation will work itself out. So, for the Kansas City Chiefs, on a Raider field, this one's for you.
Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you. Staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better. Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Tim Brown. Mentos, the fresh maker.
We're hoping to be able to play a couple of other videos.
Can't play it now. Don't jinx it.
No, we can't play them now. We got to get the W. After we get the W, there might be a couple of other videos next Wednesday.
You can't be a coach in NFL and be a blatant racist. Players will never buy in. That is true.
No, I'll agree with that. But my honest opinion, now this is my opinion, anybody's okay to disagree with it. I'm not going to fucking argue with you. I don't think Gruden was a blatant racist.
No, and they've asked players around the league that he's known and that he's coached. Even forgetting his name that he did the Monday Night Football with, Mike Tirico. He goes, I that's a side I never saw of John Gruden. I was with him for 9-10 seasons in the booth next to him. But it's when and one of the there was a player that they interviewed during. Regarding this whole situation where he said, okay, well, everyone open their phone up and then show everybody what you text to your closest friends.
Or emails and see. I remember that. And yeah. I guarantee everybody had something along the lines that Gruden said.
Has said something that they're ashamed if it comes out in the open, that they would be ashamed to have that revealed. We lost asylum. I believe Goodell is trying to stop you from talking because we're talking about Gruden. I think Goodell trying to shut you down because we're talking about Gruden.
Right? I'm telling you. And I agree with Anna right here. I wish all the emails were released because there's a lot of shit. Look, we'll go. The owner of the Redskins was forced out. There's new ownership there because of emails and other shit. But what was in those emails? And I guarantee the other people involved, this full circle. There's a lot more to this story, but why is it we had to focus only on Gruden when the Raiders were finally starting to do good in this fucking season?
3-0.
Going and everything. Why did it have to go this way? Because Roger Goodell and the NFL don't want the Raiders doing good. They love it where we're at right now and playing like shit.
Don't allow Roger Goodell to tell you how to feel, okay? That's what he's trying to do. Don't say the Gruden word because Gruden might be coming back with a bombshell. He might have a nuke for the NFL. They try to shut him down, and they're going to well, let's just go to the arbitration. But if that's the case, who's going to be the judge, jury, and executioner? Roger Goodell. How is that fair? I don't know. So now that we're over here talking about Gruden, now Gruden wasn't a bad guy. Try to shut off Asylum. Try to shut you down, Asylum. So,
but you know what? You ain't never going to shut me up.
Oh, the midget porn.
There was really porn. There were some cheerleader photos being floated around by a lot of people too. And you know what? I was not on that email chain to be able to see those as well. So I could be able to give my professional opinion on the situation. It's strictly for research on why I wanted to see these.
You don't have to CC me, but just, BC me. I'll be on the under, just seeing what's going on. I just want to be a witness. Roger Goodell doesn't want you to know what's going on. We don't have any, special things to talk about specifically.
There's a reason why John Gruden wants this to go into the courts. He doesn't want arbitration because there's something that's going to come out that, one, is going to cost Roger Goodell his job and just might, put the NFL on notice. Totally.
Because it's all a money grab. And once it's all out in the open, kaboom. Kaboom. Yeah. Do we have a kaboom here?
Kaboom.
Oh, no, that's a punch. But
make sure everyone has their foil helmets when they're talking about this shit, because we don't want to get back to Goodell. Like I said, we say his name quietly sometimes just because it gets there. We've been across the NFL desk plenty of times. Now, unlike Gruden, we've won all but one fight against the NFL for this show.
Yeah.
And the only reason we lost that first fight is we didn't know what we were walking into at the time. Now we know. It's a foil hat.
Yes. And we also, we carry on the spirit of Al Davis. Not only are you going to be dominant on the field, you also have to be dominant in the courts.
Yep.
So, remember, everybody, Goodell's watching, and he's trying to control you. Okay? So, dance, monkey! Roger Goodell. All right. Asylum. We are at the 2-hour mark, so let's end this show. Any last words, concerns, or anything? If it's safe to take us off, is it safe? Is it safe?
I think it's safe. I think it's safe now. Okay. No, I mean, it was a game that we should have won. Again, we talked about the turnovers are the reason why we lost this game. Plain and simple. But all the points they scored were off of turnovers. Defense was playing good. Offense was moving the ball up until turnovers. Up until Aidan O'Connell got injured. Everything else. Let's keep Getsy in the booth. Let's keep the ball rolling. Everyone tune in on Friday. We'll break down the game coming up against the Chiefs. And I'm sure we have a lot to talk about there as well to bring everybody. I can't wait to see everybody on Friday. Until then, everybody have a good rest of their week. And let's go Raiders.
And remember, even though we lost, so did Devontae Adams.
Twice to the same team.
You can take the player out of the... You can take the player... Hold on, wait. You can take the player out of the dysfunction, but you can't take the player out of the dysfunction.
No, you can't take the dysfunction out of the player.
No, he went back to dysfunction, okay? I said it right.
But
East Coast, West Coast.
But there's one thing missing out of that whole statement right there that makes it even worse.
What's that?
He lost to the Steelers, was traded to the new team, lost to the Steelers, but to two different quarterbacks on the Steelers.
Yeah. Yes.
He lost to Fields and Wilson.
He got it both ways. All right. So with that said, we want to thank everybody who was in the show. Anyone who is not subscribed on YouTube, please go to YouTube, The Cage Match Show. That is our channel. Go there, subscribe. Hey, shouts out. She beat us. We're like, we're going to beat you. And she walked away. Showed her like 3 times on the camera with a flag. Like, what's up now?
Hey, she's the reason why Carolina won. That's what I'm going to say.
She showed up and she showed out. Shouts out to Pink Fan for the first person to interrupt our show, take over our show, take over our field, go home with a victory. So, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Coach C. I'm glad we could help.
That's what we try to do. So we'll come back again on Friday. We break down the game against the Chiefs. Try to go in with a good, positive mentality. And always remember, we don't believe in dreams. We believe in nightmares. So,
knock on wood if you're with me.
Knock on wood if you're with me. If you're a Raider fan for a long time, you can get through these nightmares. It's okay. It's going to be okay. All right.
It's gonna be okay.
We're not trying to get to the Cotton Bowl. We're not trying to get to the Rose Bowl. We're trying to get to the Super Bowl. All right. You want to take a man's heart? Take a man's dream. Okay. Anyways, I love that. All right. I want to thank everybody. Go on, like I said, go to YouTube, subscribe to us if you're not. Shouts out to Douglas Sinclair for making his appearance. Even though we can't stand you, we still shout you out. It's all hatred and love at the same time, I guess. And thank you. He says, oh, sorry. Good therapy. All right, Asylum.
I'm glad we could help. That's all I can say. I'm glad we could help.
All right, Asylum. Until Friday, we'll be on again on Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. No, you're Central, yeah. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Atlantic, East Coast, Eastern Atlantic time.
5 Mountain time.
Yes, okay. No, just you know what? Just know that we're not going to get blacked out, okay? Whatever you watch us on, we'll show up. You don't need Sunday ticket for us, okay? All right, with that said, thank you very much. And like we want to end every show like we always do, with a message from Raider Milt, a.k.a. my high school football coach, defensive coach. He was a defensive coach, Coach Wallace. All right, thank you, everybody. We'll catch you on Friday. And we're going to get this win, but we're going to talk about how we're going to do it. All right, then, Asylum, take care. Raider Nation, out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight again. I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.